expect the attention that you're getting now?
No, not at all. I mean, I said, it's nice to kind of get our story out there because I think it's a good story and we have, a good love story. But at the same time, I trade all that and give it all back and then some just to make her better and, get her 100% again.
I read that, speaking of that she said when she found out about this, she held your hand and said, "I'm glad it's me and not you." What do you think when you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, there was so much emotion going on in the room at that time. I mean, everybody crying, not really knowing what to expect. And for her to, look at me and say that, when she's going through, the worst thing that's ever happened to her, just speaks to her selflessness and, what a loving and caring person she is and, just, speaks of what kind of soul that she has.
When you describe her as a person to somebody, how would you describe her?
Well, at first I tell them that she's my hero because she is absolutely. She's the most beautiful person I've ever met, inside and out. Initially was attracted to her outward beauty, but then as, our relationship grew, just, came to know, what a special person on the inside that she was.
And how have you guys evolved together through this thing versus you guys met each other in class? Mm-hmm. She loved that you were outspoken in class. Yeah. How have you grown since then? Yeah, we met at Athletes in Action, which is a Bible study for athletes. And that was kind of always, our foundation for our relationship. And we've always had kind of, tough times. I initially met her, she had just found out she was going to have career-ending knee surgery. So through all these kind of tough times, we were there for each other and supported things. She was there for me, when football, wasn't going the greatest my first couple years. And, she was somebody I could lean on. So we've always, been there for each other and been able to kind of, lean on each other and count on each other no matter what is going on. What did you say brought you guys together? I know the beauty and everything, but I mean, you guys connect on such a separate level, it sounds like. What is that?
We both say this, that before we met each other, we never really thought that there was just one person for us. And then we met each other and, kind of saw that connection we had. And we truly believe that, I was made for her and she was made for me. Just, the situation that brought me to Toledo. First, not even going to come here. I was going to go to another MAC school. They took away my scholarship. Toledo swooped in last minute, picked me up with her, having to transfer from Evansville. Came over with Coach Cullup to Toledo. So our paths has just kind of been on almost like a crash course since the very beginning. And looking back, hindsight 2020, it's a pretty remarkable thing that, we even met. So.
Now, you guys said you met in a Bible study. Mm-hmm. How strong is your guys' faith together, and what kind of role does that play for you guys?
It's huge. Our whole motto through this whole thing has been faith, not fear. Sometimes more me than her will question. We'll have those questions of why is this happening and not quite sure. But at the end of the day, we all know that, God is going to take this bad situation and turn it into something good. And we've kind of already seen that happen with just the amount of support that we've gotten and people saying, what an inspiration Ashley is to her and, what an inspiration kind of our love story has been to people, which is kind of cool just to see some positive come out of something that has been so negative in our lives.
What would you, if you could tell someone out there that's going through this, your decision to not play, what inspired you? What made that decision so easy for you?
At the end of the day, football is just a game. And Ashley is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. And, I need to be there and support her as she goes through this difficult time. So, when that came up, there was really no decision at all. I know a lot of people saying, sacrificing my last year or this and that. I don't see it as that. I see it as, I'm choosing to be with the person I love and want to spend the rest of my life with. So I'm not sacrificing anything. It's something that, I want to do.
Have you had anyone come up to you and be like, come on, man, one more year on the team or, anyone around campus?
I mean, not since the relapse has happened. Kind of before it happened, some of the guys, they pretty much already knew my decision, but would tease me, hey, man, we'd really like to have you back next year, because she was on her way, she was getting better, feeling healthier. But it was just kind of all good fun. They all knew that, that's where I needed to be. So, no real pressure of, anybody influenced my decision. Everybody's been real supportive and backed me 100%.
It's kind of surreal. We're sitting like 20 yards from the field. Mm-hmm. It's quiet. You can look out there and see the field, knowing that they'll be out there next year and you won't be. Does it hurt?
It'll be tough. When August comes running around, my body will start gearing up for 2 days and, I won't have anywhere to go. Hopefully, if I get a job teaching, I'll have somewhere to coach, so I'll be connected with the game that way. So I don't ever plan to be completely disconnected from the game. The thing that I'll miss the most is just the relationships I've built with, my teammates over the past 4 years. I have, 3 of the guys on the team will be in my wedding in June. So those relationships are lifelong, and that's what I'll miss the most, is the relationship with the players and coaches.
Who's going to be in the wedding?
Zach Karen, who's our center, Greg Mance, right guard, and then Hank Keithley, who graduated, will be my best man.
And what position did he play?
He was the other defensive end with me.
Okay, so at least you got a defensive player in there as well.
Yeah.
Why the offensive guys?
You know what? Zach has roomed with me. We've been in the same dorm, same